I just want to say a massive thank you for the support on the first episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys could be awesome, leave your likes and comments below. Also, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Only 50% of people are actually subbed to the channel, so feel free to do that. Hit the little bell notification button. All like Twitter links and stuff will be in the description. And let's take on the 5th tutorial. Let's do it. I've turned down the graphics just a tiny bit. So it was set to ultra, it's now high end. My PC was struggling a little bit. Even with 1440p and a pretty crazy graphics card, it's still struggling. So I turned it down a little bit. It might even be my CPU, I'm not sure. I've got no idea. It's a very, very taxing game. Extremely. I'm gonna put it out there. I think this might be the first game for next gen where we are wowed, actually, like proper wow. This is next gen on consoles. This will be the first game. I think they're releasing this next year on the Xbox Series X. So yeah, that's my prediction. The first sort of wow moment. I'm ready to fly.
To be honest, no one likes going around in circles.
No.
Unless you're a pilot training on traffic patterns.
Is the
Sedona's
break
standard traffic pattern follows a 1,000-foot altitude around the main runway. By the time we're through here, you'll know how to complete the full run from takeoff to landing. So let's get started.
Right, we go. Take off again. I want it to be as smooth as possible. Smooth as possible. And I'm pretty sure I want to try and invest in some sort of, well, some form of simulator equipment for this. I really do. I want to put so many hours into this game. Whether it's streaming it, videos, yeah. I am definitely interested. Not too bad.
When we're up, keep us aligned with the runway and climb to 5,400 feet.
5,400 feet.
We're going for a left-hand traffic pattern.
Full throttle. So if you want to try and gain height, ideally you want full throttle. To get speed, you probably want to go sort of up and down almost in altitude. Whoa. I like how I'm trying to pretend I know what I'm talking about. I don't. I'm still such a noob. Still climbing. Trying to keep it fairly steady, not too abrupt. It might be a little bit low though.
Once you reach altitude, you're going to start turning left 90 degrees toward a 122-degree heading. Okay, we're in the pattern. Get ready to enter the crosswind section. Good. Keep going till you reach the traffic pattern altitude of 5,700 feet. Ready to make your left turn downwind? When the runway appears at the halfway point of your wing strut, you'll know you're at a good glide distance.
Yeah, this is where I tried to do this before with ultra graphics and it just crashed on me. And it's now running a perfect 60, so I'm pretty happy with that. 64
We've got the
FPS.
wind at our back now. We're on the right track. Lower your nose to a cruise attitude and reduce power to 2,100 RPM.
To get a little bit higher
first.
first.
In a white arc, add 10 degrees of flaps to prep us for landing. Now's not a bad time to check if the runway is looking good. And it probably goes without saying, always watch out for other planes entering or exiting the pattern.
Not seeing anyone right now. Turn
We're
left.
Fly past the end of the runway here.
The base leg.
Keep going until you see it at a 45-degree angle behind you. That's your cue to turn left again onto the base leg.
Do we turn this marker? I think we do. This is where the base turn takes place. It's fairly smooth flight so far. Pretty happy. Bit worried I'm turning a bit late here. But I'm heading towards that marker. As soon as we hit this marker, we start to bank left, I believe. Maybe a little bit higher.
Reduce power to idle to start losing altitude and maintain cruise attitude.
Got it. Bring
Keep
down.
an eye on the runway as we get ready for our final turn. That'll also keep our speed around 65 knots.
There it is. Right on cue. Oh, this is scary. This is scary. Some little adjustments.
There we go. The runway's in full view. Make sure to keep the plane centered on approach. If you're too high, add flaps. Too low, add power to maintain the glide path.
Oh, it's windy. Definitely windy. Still seeing those white lights, which means probably a bit high right now. Should be right there. Plenty of runway left. Nice and steady. Oh, this is not ideal. Oh. Not landing I wanted. Brakes on. At least the plane is still in one piece, but that was
Way
not
to stick the landing.
not a good landing.
Now just apply the brakes to slow your roll. And make sure you don't stop on the runway, of course.
Oh, I knew that.
If other planes are looking to land, we've got to move. Take one of the taxiways on the right.
Yeah.
Good job. As an old instructor said to me, not only did you not die, you're really learning to fly.
I love that's where it stopped. Oh, I've got so much to learn. I might do that one again at some point. It wasn't too bad. It was just, I think I was going a bit too quick. I should have killed the power completely. I think that's where I went a bit wrong. Our first solo flight.
Solo flight.
Eh.
I'll be watching from the ground in radio contact if you need me, but something tells me you won't. Your goal is to complete Sedona's left-hand traffic pattern on your own. Remember what we covered in our previous sessions, and you'll be just fine. Good luck. See you on the other side.
Thank you. I'm nervous as hell. So basically doing exactly what we just did, but solo. So I got a bit distracted. I'm trying to get rid of that stupid comms thing on my screen. What is that doing there? Can't get rid of it. Ugh. Nope, it's stuck. There we go. There we go, it's gone now. That was annoying as hell. Jesus. There we go. Woo. Not the cleanest of takeoffs, but it's all good. So climb to 5,400 feet. Got it. Just to show it slightly more clearly, there we go. I'm actually really nervous about this because we don't seem to have pointers, so there's not really any sort of indication of like where I need to go. If the plane had sat nav, that would be great. It'd be very useful. I've basically got to use my eyes. I know, scary, really scary. Right. Should we begin? 50 to 54? Yeah, there we go. Start to turn left. There we go. While trying to maintain my height as well, of course. I can hear my poor computer is struggling. The game has actually now crashed twice on me, which is kind of annoying, just doing this episode. There may be a patch coming, I'm not sure. Or it might be just my computer. I have no idea. I'm asking a few people to see if they've also had issues. But the first episode went down without a hitch. This one seems to be not as smooth as I would like. I feel like I'm a little bit too close to the airfield, maybe. So I'm going to go a bit more to the right before we begin our base leg. So it's still saying turn left there. turn left for the base leg. Not quite there yet though, are we? I remember going quite far sort of past the airport before we sort of were going to have base leg, so I'm going to keep going for a bit. Remember, obviously this is a plane, it's not a car. You can't do a 3-point turn. It needs a bit of time. So yeah. Also bring down the speed at some point as well. Could do that now actually. Ooh. So much to manage. Where is my mouse gone? There it is. Start to bring down the power. Reset the camera. There we go. Right, where are we? There's the airstrip. Whew. Yeah, I don't think we've begun it just yet. The power's now coming down, so that's good. Just don't want to start turning too early. I guess the lack of radio communication is good. If I was doing something completely wrong, she would be like, yo! Okay, turn left for your final approach. I think it might be time, my friends. I'm gonna start turning down the power a little bit. So about 1800. Remember when I did it last time, I was definitely a bit too speedy, so. Where is... There it is, there it is. Alright, keep turning, keep turning. Definitely don't turn down the power anymore at the moment. Quite sure this is what I want. This is a tricky little tutorial, definitely the hardest one yet. Doing it solo is not easy. See those lights there? So they're both white currently. Land on runway 21. A bit of a weird angle. Try and adjust a little bit. Start to bring down the power. Completely turn it off. There we go. Let's hope this goes okay. See those lights change? They turn to red because obviously I'm quite low. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. Woo! I'm hoping that's okay. Got my brakes on. Stop it on the taxiway, so I'm going to take the next one on the right. It's just up here. I think we did okay. Don't crash on me.
Great job.
Oh,
There's always room for improvement, that's life, right? But you did it all on your own. You weren't really supposed to land there. You're on your way to becoming one hell of a pilot.
Whew. So what did I do? Was I just a bit... I have to watch that back and see what I did wrong there in terms of where I landed. I know the approach wasn't ideal. That's the only runway as far as I know. To land on the wrong one. I have to watch that back, but at least we checked the marker off.
I've always said, flying is freeing. Open skies, endless possibilities. But to fully enjoy it, you need to be prepared. We're going to focus this lesson on navigation prep and procedures, the fundamentals of getting from point A to point B. Step 1, putting some distance between us and the ground.
Good idea. I like that. Looks like we may be travelling up to 21 nautical miles. Is that right? I've just made that up. Basically air miles. I'm not going to start the timer just yet. I'm sure she'll probably want me to go to a certain altitude at some point. pretty good takeoff. Happy with that.
All right, we're off. Now keep climbing around the airport till we reach 5,800 feet.
Got it. There's the airport. I have a feeling we're going to be doing this again with no instructor. So it'll be exactly the same again. But no one's going to have any sort of reference of like where to go. We do have a heading there of 41. I should probably write those down actually. I might need those. But it's not like super reliable, the compass. At least I think so. It sort of changes when you turn too much and stuff, so it's not completely on point. Struggling with that climb. Not far off though. Almost there.
It goes without saying, but good navigation starts with good departure prep. Let's set up the aircraft for the first leg of your trip.
Set cruise altitude. Is that good enough?
Attitude?
There we go.
Check. Now for your heading. When you need to set and maintain a heading, you'll want to rely on your heading indicator. Compasses are prone to errors, especially during turns or while accelerating or decelerating. Go ahead and position your plane above the airport.
Okay, so position ourselves at the airport and then begin a rough heading of 41 degrees. So I guess we begin...
Oh, one last bit of departure prep. We need to validate the time. That's a fancy way of saying start the clock.
Start the clock, got it. Don't think I need to have full throttle at the moment because we aren't really climbing, so I'm going to bring that down a little bit. I'm going to keep an eye on the speed though, of course. And there we go. So are we just like flying over these destinations? I guess so. Not going to be stopping off for a bit of lunch. It's actually dinner time right now, so it's 6:15 local time. That's PM. 1800. I would like a bit more speed. I don't think putting the throttle in is really going to help too much. That's more for altitude, really. Altitude's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So, while I fly, I have a beverage. Oh, no. Maybe not. No, why are you going? There must be a bit of wind. No. Cancel the beverage. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm almost 100% sure I'm going to have to do this again by myself, which is a bit terrifying. We could do maybe with a little bit more power. Maybe 93%. Keep an eye on that clock. Again, I'm going to try and attempt to get my beverage. Should I give it a go? Is it fairly... Still wants to keep turning right a little bit. Must be a bit of crosswind. You see in the top left, we are heading roughly, as long as it's roughly in the ballpark, about 44 degrees. 44 degrees. I'm going to have to try and do this one-handed, aren't I do not advise doing this. Ugh. There you go. I like a challenge. Only like fine adjustments, but it's definitely not. Sorry about that sound there. Bit of a tango orange. Yum. So what's that next destination? Flagstaff. What's that about? So if we want to try and get a bit more speed, ideally you want to be dropping. Going down a little bit. You see the speed goes up. It's not necessarily about throttle. Then as we climb again, obviously the speed goes down. So, whee. I'm honestly in love with this game. Yes, I've had a few crashes now. The loading is horrendous, but again, I don't mind with these sort of games. These sort of crazy, epic, almost, I guess, open world games, I guess, in some ways. Because there's so much to load in. But yeah, the loading is bad anyway. You can't change that. But yeah, I really like it. I like it a lot. I am enjoying it. That's why I was so like almost desperate the first video to do well. Just because I had so many ideas on what I wanted to do with this game. There's a bunch more future updates as well. I might have mentioned it already, but the sort of, it's called photo something. Basically, it's where they turn a city into like almost like a 3D visual, and they're going to keep updating those. I think London's done, for example, Las Vegas, New York. I think Tokyo might be as well. So again, you can go and visit those, and you can basically fly between the skyscrapers, and it sounds epic. I have a feeling, again, if anyone's got any tips on, I think I'm going a bit slow here, so we are slightly behind schedule. If anyone's got any tips, again, I'm all ears. I'm all about that learning. Again, be constructive, be nice. I've only started playing this game. I've never flown before, as you can probably tell. I've been a passenger, of course, but only in like a jumbo jet. The Boeing 747. Been in one of those two-story ones. I can't remember what they're called now. Going to LA. Absolute massive machines. Yeah, we are definitely behind schedule. Roughly, they were saying about 4:57. I've just gone past that, and I'm still about 1.5 nautical miles. So yeah, definitely not doing that well in that sense. I've been pretty much going at a 41-degree heading, so it's not that. I could have maybe it's the trim. If I perfected my trim, maybe that would have made the craft a bit more stable and just come straight instead of having to edit all the time. That speed increase. Woohoo! Oh yeah.
Good. You made it to Munns Park. According to the nav log, we've got one
Stop
more
the clock.
Flagstaff Pulliam Airport. An easier way to navigate is to follow identifiable landmarks like highways. And just so happens we have one below us.
How low is low? I feel like I'm quite low here. So is this... What can we use? Start the clock again?
On the nav log, you can see our next waypoint, Munns Park, is at a 41-degree heading about 5 minutes away. Navigating is basically flying a given heading for a given amount of time. Sometimes you deviate, but if you track the time flown from your last known position, you'll always have at least a range for your current position.
I guess that makes sense. Again, a GPS would be a bit more ideal.
Speed can increase or decrease depending on the wind. That's why at your next waypoint you want to compare your estimated time en route with the actual time flown. Validate your estimate and your progress.
Should probably reset this actually. We'll start from scratch. There we go. Follow the highway. So that was the reference. Okay. A good guess. So if we do this by ourselves, we can follow the highway. Okay. Do we land at this airport? This Flagstaff airport? Or do we fly past it? I'm going to fly past it first. And then obviously if the game says like, yeah, you're supposed to land, then I will land. But yeah, as far as I know, this game has every airport in existence in the game. I know. Absolutely madness. It is mad. I don't know how they've done it. And again, they're working on more stuff, more aircrafts, more cities. Exciting times. Very exciting. Look at that aircraft. It's a beauty. Traffic as well. Absolute beauty. And again, I still can't get over the cockpit. I know I keep saying it. I cannot get over it. Impeccable. It's one of those games where I know they're releasing new NVIDIA GPUs at some point. They've been teasing them. It's... Oh, I can see a flash. That might be the airport. Yeah. So it sort of tempts me to buy a new GPU, even though my GPU is completely okay. I've got the 2080 Ti with like 3 big fans on it, and yeah, it should be completely fine. But again, I'm still like, I want max graphics. It's so childish, I know.
As you close in on Flagstaff Pulliam airspace, next step is setting up to enter the traffic pattern.
Okay, let's get into the traffic pattern.
The downwind leg and land on runway 21. Keep your attitude, then follow the standard pattern.
Runway 21. I'm hoping there's only one runway. Because how do I tell? Oh, God. I swear, if I screw this up now, I will be gutted. So I have to do the whole thing again. So, yeah, no pressure. No pressure. Are we good to stop this now? Definitely a bit more on schedule this time. Definitely more on schedule. Good to see, good to see. Right, let's try and get this baby home. I need a really good landing here. I need to nail it. No pressure. This will be my second airport landing. So, yeah, I'm not exactly well-versed, I guess you could say. Enter downwind leg. I'm pretty sure we can stop this timer now. Pretty sure. This is when we land.
Lower your nose to a cruise attitude and reduce your power.
Alright, start reducing my power. 77%. It's not too slow. Yeah, I'll keep the speed up a little bit for now. I don't like going in too hot or too cold even. Ready for the base turn and then the final turn and then boom! Land it. If anyone's got any tips on particularly where I should be placing my aircraft when we land, is it at the beginning of the strip, at the middle of the strip, or the end of the strip? Let me know, because yeah, I'm intrigued. Yeah, I really want to get my own. It is yoke, isn't it? These things. Yeah, yoke. I really want to get my own yoke. It'd be quite cool to get that. I think a few people in the US got one, which I'm jealous. From Microsoft. I did not. So I got the game. I'm happy with that. We might be a bit high here.
Power should be at idle now, so you're losing altitude while maintaining cruise attitude.
Complete traffic pattern. But where is... No, that's not very useful. We can try and line ourselves up as soon as possible. That would be great.
Finally, a landing on runway 21, and we'll call this one done.
Sounds good. Yeah, I see only one runway, and the lights are there as well, so that must be it. See, we still see white lights, so that's good. Start to kill the power. And start to bring it in. I'm pretty sure it's where those stripy lines are. Here we go. Bringing it in. Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I just saw The 2 white lights and the 2 red lights. Start bringing it down. Ooh, that was rough. That was rough. That was a bit rough. Shame. Okay, stop it. Hopefully, we won't get told off for that.
All right, successful VFR flight in the books. Not bad.
That was rough.
Not bad at all.
So my game just crashed. I guess that was a good time to crash. I just finished it, so that's good. A very rough landing. I was just panicking about where to land on the airstrip, and yeah, I was a bit panicky because you can fail it if you go too far down the airstrip. It just goes, do it again. And I definitely started to panic a little bit. But the approach was pretty good. It was just a bit bumpy and rough. Very rough indeed. But yeah, if you guys want me to do more videos, leave your likes and comments below. I think we're ready for our first proper flight. Solo, selecting a destination in a different aircraft. I can't wait. Bye-bye.